morning, everyone. I had promised a while ago that I would start teaching you meditation, so I thought maybe we could go ahead with that now. I'm sorry it's taken a bit of time, but anyways, we'll move forward with that. When you begin to meditate, there's things that are very important that you need to know. One is you have to get out of your head and get into feeling, and that aspect will begin to quiet the mind. And the more that you feel and the more intense you feel the vibratory energy of the body, or the energy field of the body, or even the inside of your body, that quiets the mind. So the more you're in feeling, the less you're in thought. So that is something that's very important to remember during these exercises. Something that's very good to have is some sort of eye mask or bandana or something that will go around the eyes and ensure that no light can enter, so that what happens is the optic nerve actually relaxes, and when it relaxes it sends a chemical from the brain into the body called melatonin. This happens to you every night as the sun goes down. It's a natural occurrence. And melatonin is actually what helps the body to relax. It helps the mind to relax, and it helps the brainwave function go from a beta, which is high energy, lots of thoughts. It kind of reminds me, when I look at it through an energy field standpoint, of like the peaks of a mountain. It's up and down and up and down. As where when I get you to go into alpha, it's more the rolling mountains, it's calmer. And then as I get you into theta, it's even smaller, it's more of an even ground structure. Flatter, maybe with a few knolls here and there, but on a whole, as we work to get you towards the deep alpha theta state, then you will notice it is much easier to do when you have some sort of mask or something to cover your eyes. Other things to know as you begin to meditate: the more that you do this, the easier it becomes, as with anything that you're learning. So whether you're learning, I'm just going to turn the volume of that down a bit. So whether you are learning a piano, or it doesn't matter, it takes about 21 days to really create this habit. I used to ask my students to give really a good month, because when the mind has been so busy for years, it's really on a feedback loop. It's and it's hard to stop. It has so much momentum. It is really a challenge to keep getting yourself back into the body and feeling. And the more we work with that, the easier it will become. And then eventually you'll be meditating in everything you do. So you won't have to sit down and close your eyes and put a mask on to meditate. Eventually you'll be at the grocery store, standing in the line, feeling the inside of your body. You'll be out on a hike doing the same thing. And then you're meditating at every moment by keeping part of your energy field at all times in your body. Other things to know: that the more that you meditate, what begins to happen is your life begins to change. And this can tend to scare some people in a way, because what can happen is there's a great pause in your life. And when we have that pause in our life, it feels as if almost our world is becoming destroyed, as if things are changing, as if bad things, quote unquote, are happening. That's not actually what's happening. What's happening is your energy field is changing to a higher vibration, and as it changes to a higher vibration, the old has to fall away, space has to be created before the new energy field can really take over and begin a new life for you. So if you notice certain things, friends falling away, maybe your business isn't working for a little while, maybe you're pushing too hard and you're feeling like you need to back off, but the more that you back off, you feel an anxiety or fear or worry. And just hold the focus, hold the pose, hold the meditation, hold the energy field in your body, and allow the universe to take care of it all for you. And then one other thing that I think is very important, if you haven't meditated before, if you haven't done any of this practice, and even if you have done some, often the mind, because we are so used to a time zone, we're so used to, I gotta be at work at 8, I have to do this at 9, we're on such a schedule that often people, they can't relax because they're on such a schedule. So my suggestion is, if you like to meditate or you feel the morning is your best time, but your brain is on the schedule of 7 a.m. coffee time, 8 a.m. off to work, my suggestion is there's nothing wrong with still doing it in the morning, but at first get a timer so that you set the timer for 10 minutes, or you set the timer for even 5 minutes to start if you've never done this before, because 10 minutes can seem like an extremely long time. And if you don't set a timer, then the mind, while you're in this meditation, will be like, am I late, am I late, am I late? And then you're not really relaxing. So set a timer for yourself as you begin. You know, I often tell my clients who have a really busy mind, start with a minute. Set your timer for a minute. Just start there, and the next day do 2 minutes, and 3 minutes, and then 5. And at 21 days, you know, you'll notice yourself up to 15 to 20 minutes, and then you can continue on that way. And then eventually what will actually happen is the mind won't worry about time anymore, and everything will get done on time and exactly as it's supposed to, at the time it's supposed to be. So you will no longer be early, you will no longer be late, everything will happen exactly as it's supposed to. So today we're just going to start with the beginner pose. I'm going to teach you a few things that are very important in meditation. I'm not going to put my mask on today so that you can kind of engage in my facial expressions, and so let's get started. My first suggestion is, when you do sit, you sit in a cross-legged position, and you want the pole of your body, or the center of your body, where the energy field travels up and down the spinal column through spinal fluid, is to be erect and straight up and down. You don't want to be slouched, because the information is really important to get through the whole body. Some people meditate with their fingers together. You know what? I don't do that. I need to be comfortable. So however is comfortable for you. If you feel that you need this in order to make the energy field transfer, if you feel that's important to you, go for it. I like to be relaxed. I like to feel engaged in my meditation, and not having to feel like I'm having to do some standard pose that was created by someone else. I like to do my thing. So anyways, when you first begin, I'm just going to turn this music down even just a touch more. When you first begin, the first thing you want to do is close your eyes, take nice deep breaths, always inhale through the nose. How I do it is I go in the nose and I feel that breath come all the way up my skull and then out through my mouth. So I'm following the breath and taking it where I want to see it, so it comes in like a circle. And so I'm rolling the breath, and as I roll the breath, you'll notice my eyes will often roll in the back of my head too. And that's the optic nerve following, the visual following the breath where it's going. So deep breath in again. And a deep breath out. Now what I do is I feel the shoulder, the collarbone area inside the body. I want to feel inside the body. that gets those molecules and energy moving, so it gets out of stagnicity. And I feel the body fully. I feel in this region here. And I follow the energy. I feel this is where today I'm starting. It might be different every day. And the more you progress, the more you will notice this. There is never a same place or a same time that you're going to feel your energy field. It's not the same. So feel inside your chest, inside your shoulders, inside your back. A lot of times women, people at computers, people hold their tension in their neck, in their jaw, in their shoulders, and in their back, in the upper back. I call it in the butterfly area, which is in between those shoulder blades. Feel that area. Feel the muscles. Do they feel tense? If they do, don't avoid it. Feel the tension.